Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Hari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Hari Yashodanandana Brajagana Randana Yashodanandana Brajagana Randana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Hari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Hari Yashodanandana Brajagana Randana Yashodanandana Brajagana Randana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande. Daim Vishupad Paramahamsa Pri Vrajagachadyasto Tarasatta Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Shirabhai Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Skanda Biti Founder Acharyas Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Samavata Bhakta Vrinda Ki Harinam Sankirtana Ki Ramtaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jainitai Gaura Pimanande. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and to Sri Gauranga, all glories to Sri Prabhupada Ki. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmiritam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Duta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavam Scha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Ditam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanditam Scha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Namostate Tapta Kansana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Stuti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Dharam Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, let us first offer our respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Narayan Rishi, the supremmost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayesha badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering a service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed practically to nil, and loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samhitam Uttama Shloka Charitam Shakara Bhagavan Rishi Nisreyasaya Lokasya Dhanyam Swasyayanam Mahat. This Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantaraj, the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God, Srila Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Sarabhyaya Namaha, Om Sarabhyaya Namaha, Om Sarabhyaya Namaha, Mukam Karoti Vasalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam Yat Kripa Tamaham Bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our morning program, reading from Canto number 1, Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 18, entitled Maharaj Parikshit Cursed by a Brahmana Boy. Okay. Yes, we read, I think, 37, right? So today is 38. 38 and 39, which doesn't have a purport. We may read a few verses this morning. So text 38, for those who would like to follow here. Tato abhyetya ashramam balo gale sarpa kalevaram pitaram dikshya dukarto mukta kanto ruroda ha. Tato bhyetyashramam balo gale sarpa kalevaram pitaram bhikshya dhukarto mukta kantho rurodaha. Tato bhyetyashramam balo gale sarpa kalevaram pitaram bhikshya dhukarto mukta kantho durodaha. Tato bhyetyashramam balo gale sarpa kalevaram pitaram bhikshya dhukarto mukta kantho rurodaha. Tato bhyetyashramam balo gale sarpa kalevaram pitaram bhikshya dhukarto mukta kantho rurodaha. Tato bhyetyashramam balo gale sarpa kalevaram pitaram bhikshya dhukarto Muktakanto Durodaha. Tato Vyeteshramam Balo Gale Sarpa Kalevaram Pitaram Viksha Dukarto Muktakanto Durodaha. Tato Vyeteshramam Balo Gale Sarpa Kalevaram Pitaram Viksha Dukarto Muktakanto Durodaha. Tataha. Thereafter, Abhyetya, after entering into Asramam, the hermitage, Balaha, boy, Gali Sarpa, the snake on the shoulder, Kalevaram, body, Pitaram, unto the father, Viksha, having seen, Dukkha Artaha, in a sorry plight, Muktakantaha, loudly, Ruroda, cried, Ha, in the past. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Thereafter, when the boy returned to the hermitage, he saw a snake on his father's shoulder, and out of his grief, he cried very loudly. Kindly repeat after me. Thereafter, when the boy returned to the hermitage, he saw a snake on his father's shoulder, and out of his grief, he cried out very loudly. Purport: the boy was not happy because he committed a great mistake, and he wanted to be relieved of the burden of his heart by crying. So after entering the hermitage and seeing his father in that condition, he cried loudly so that he might be relieved. But it was too late. The father regretted the whole incident. So this is the ongoing description of this pastime we've been reading for the last so many days of Parikshit Maharaj being finding himself, Prabhupada uses the word awkward, such a great personality as Parikshit Maharaj. Krishna creating an unusual situation where a pure devotee of the Lord seemingly does something which is unexpected from him, becoming angry upon entering the ashram of this particular hermit. He was looking for water. He was very tired, very thirsty, very hungry, having been traveling and hunting in the forest. And there are many aspects to the whole lila. One being this boy of a brahmana, because of being inexperienced, misusing his brahminical powers, and this set the stage, as they say, set the stage. This was the beginning of the, we could say, the breakdown of the system the natural system, the scientific system given or created by Krishna in terms of varna and asrama. And it began, this was the beginning, we could say, of the rivalry as well between um, the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas, which I suppose continues to this day as well. Uh, so Kali Yuga is um, symptoms, symptomized. Uh, is that the proper word? Symptomized? Symptomized, yeah. Uh, by this most unfortunate um, breakdown of ultimately principles of dharma. That is main characteristics of Kali Yuga, because we are being highly influenced by uh, by Kali, because this is the age of Kali, Kali Yuga. Therefore, all kinds of mistakes are committed by individuals, and this naturally affects the whole social structure, etc. So here, actually, the boy, even before seeing, now he's just entering, but he already cursed, isn't it? He already cursed Parikshit Maharaj by hearing from, I think, some of his friends that this happened. And now he, after cursing Maharaj Parikshit, he's coming to the hermitage to see. His father is still having the snake garland around his neck, and he's uh, um, letting out a very loud cry. It's interesting. Prabhupada is, maybe this will be explained a bit more. In the short purport, is telling that this cry of the boy Prabhupada is connecting it with the fact that he committed a great mistake, um, which of course will be pointed out by his father. Um, yeah, who in the next verse, his father gradually will come out of his samadhi state, and then will realize, will come to know what has happened, and then I believe will chastise. So we can just continue reading a few verses here, unless there's some comment or question. Yeah.
Well, it seems that just like Parikshit Maharaj, due to providence, was apt to behave which out of his nature.
Yes.
Similarly, boy doesn't see the fact that he cursed out of impudence doesn't seem to be his natural character, because this was described as soon as he came in the hermitage without any other impetus. He himself realized that he had committed a grave mistake. His father hasn't chastised him yet,
Right.
and he's still crying. He himself felt that he didn't do something proper. So the one way to understand is that he was made our providence to behave in that fashion.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what uh, comments our various acharyas have made on this, because from the text it's not obvious, it's not mentioned in the text that he's feeling guilty,
He's
is
crying.
it?
The
Yeah.
text says that he cried.
Well, it's like when you, it's it's natural. It's like if you, he's the son, right? His father has been insulted, and his father, who is he has obviously great respect for his father, as children are normally, naturally having, a great respect for their father, especially if he's an exalted uh, personality, advanced, transcendentalist, and it seems to me that it's also natural to just uh, express great sadness that my father has been treated like this. You know, um, right? So this seems Prabhupada. What Prabhupada is telling in the purport seems to be, I don't know, uh,
He's saying different. Prabhupada is saying,
right,
yes, he's saying he's crying because he's sorry
right.
that he cursed.
So that's not immediately obvious to me, at least,
Yes.
and maybe to most of us who are reading, and that's why we need to we need to read a few more verses possibly to get more insight as to, um, because in other words, the two positions would naturally bring a young boy to express himself in that way. Number one, to see that his father has been insulted or mistreated unjustly. Number one. And secondly, to realize, I don't know, maybe he didn't know who King Parikshit was. I mean, the emperor of the world. Um, I don't know. And I don't know if it's commented upon, but it's also natural that if he realizes, my God, I acted too abruptly here. I should not have, you know, he did something that was not right, but the my reaction and the curse that I mean, he cursed him to die. This pretty heavy curse was so if he realizes that, naturally that would also bring some repentance, which would which is what is being referred to here. Actually, Prabhupada is telling that he cried because he could begin to understand or understood to some extent that he had done some mistake. Yeah. So in the two scenarios, it's quite proper to cry out, so to speak. Huh. And let's the other verse is not having purport, but we can just read maybe a few more verses to get a bit more insight here. So text 39. You can, yeah, repeat after me. Savai angi raso brahman srutva sutta vilapanam unmilya shanakair netre dristva chamse mritoragam. Translation: O Brahmanas, the Rishi who was born in the family of Angira Muni, hearing his son crying, gradually opened his eyes and saw the dead snake around his neck. And then text 40. Visrijatam cha paprachcha vatsa kasmad dhiro dishi kena bhate pakritam ityukta sa nyavedayat. Translation and purport. He threw the dead snake aside and asked his son why he was crying, whether anyone had done him harm. On hearing this, the son explained to him what had happened. And purport. The father did not take the dead snake on his neck very seriously. He simply threw it away. Actually, there was nothing seriously wrong in in Maharaj Parikshit's act, but the foolish son took it very seriously, and being influenced by Kali, he cursed the king and thus ended a chapter of happy history. Of course, I mean, if anyone, if we happen to be in such kind of meditation and we open our eyes and find a dead snake around our neck, we probably, well, I guess it depends on our level of consciousness, but we'll probably not be happy. And some people might be very disturbed. Of course, here Prabhupada is telling that the king did not, was not overly disturbed. I mean, was not even disturbed from what Prabhupada is commenting here. But in contrast to that, his son, his younger son or inexperienced son, he took that act very seriously to the point of, cursing, as we have seen. So yeah, as the story unfolds. So more insights will be coming. Well, yeah. in the next two verses, yes.
Just one few words, maybe, that in a drama science and the drama performance, there are different situations when what we see is not what really happens in the people's mind, because the life is not always what we see. So
That,
we have to learn from this reading or other teachings that we don't have to, you shouldn't believe in our eyes.
in our eyes.
We have to see with the eyes of the Shastra. And here Srila Prabhupada shows an example. Then what we just hear, simply the story gives other impressions because of the common situations are working differently. But when the Lord acting, everything is so condensed, so we have to prepare us to open to that information which is given by acharyas or given by our heart. It's not natural, and unfortunately, we don't know what a brahmana could feel from the atmosphere, from the subtle elements, because brahmanas should be so sensitive that they should feel that that person is not dead. He came in and he was thinking his father is already dead, but he feels he's not dead. The body is different when someone is sitting in a dead situation or still alive, but withdraw his senses. So this boy should have some extra sensitivity. Otherwise, he's not mentioned here like a really, how to say, trained Brahmana boy.
Well, this will be explained actually in the next few verses. He was immature. It's already been mentioned actually.
Immature in his personality, but as a Brahmana, he was a pure.
He was?
He was pure, took birth as a Brahmana, so should be some extra karma which gives him sensitivity which other persons have no.
Well, he seems to have purity in chanting the mantra because it worked. But
Tejas is there.
But he was
misusing the tejas. But the tejas is there, and some says that when someone have this tejas, is just as a luster of the body, like when the other cursing was going on, Daksha cursed Lord Shiva.
Right.
So his tejas was withdrawn when he made a mistake. But before that, there is there. Also, the person maybe is not really purely using it, but these sages, these brahmanas, have power. And if you always, we will see it in the future when we really have the second generation, third generation. Some Prabhupada told that it takes few generations when someone is taking birth in a really with a proper samskaras, and then that person would be really powerful.
Yeah, but then Kshatriyas also have power, but unless one is
Yeah.
properly mature, then one may misuse that power.
Yeah, but we see here persons who are acting like in a criminal act, act, but it's not just a criminal act, it's they are brahmanas. And also they are over the mundane jurisdictions. Also, they make this mistake, but it's not like, okay, then we have to judge over their head.
Well, his father here will be judging that his boy did the wrong act. No,
Yeah, but what the punishment is?
huh?
What the punishment would be there?
We'll find out as we read.
I
You know?
don't think that any punishment the boy got.
Well, sometimes not everything is related, but definitely his father. His father was not happy.
Yeah, that's true, but still they are brahmanas. I mean, the normal
Even if somebody
settlement,
brahmana, that does not justify somebody to do something wrong.
of course, but the punishment is different, so the consequences are different.
uh, anyway, the point you're making that in English there's that very well-known expression: "There's more than meets the eyes."
Yeah,
Yeah, so that is true. But then, whatever is beyond what we generally see with our imperfect eyes, we need to uh, closely connect that with what is, as you mentioned as well, with what is there in the Shastra.
and also what Prabhupada did here, which you mentioned, is interesting, but I think the word is containing more information about Prabhupada. It's not just interesting, he's brave to put here a comment which could be criticized. Why the commentator writes something which is not in the text? He's supposed to just explain what we read and help us to understand, but he does very deep.
That is, yeah, that is the prerogative and the what is it? Those who are, we read commentaries from other acharyas. Well, Srila Prabhupada is one of those acharyas as well. I'm saying, in as much as others can see things that ordinary people, will not see when they read, Prabhupada also may be adding something. One time actually, I had personal experience. When Prabhupada came to Montreal, I mean, it's one of the few things that I heard directly, from Prabhupada. Uh, Not that he was speaking to me, but Prabhupada had come for a short time, and this was the time when the fifth canto was being translated. And, in the fifth canto, cosmology is not at all easy to understand. So Prabhupada was staying in a small apartment. It was actually the temple president's apartment. They're very close to the temple at the Montreal New Center, actually, on P9. And so, all of us were in the room beside, Prabhupada was with his senior disciples, and they were having discussions, and we were trying to hear. And then at one time, I clearly remember Prabhupada saying, because devotees were asking different questions in regards to the universe, and then at one point Prabhupada said, and what I have just explained, this is based on realization. And to me, it was a striking statement, because, I mean, although I was still relatively new as a devotee, and I joined maybe 1 year back or something, and already understood, Prabhupada's exalted position, but for someone to say like that, just reconfirm, Prabhupada's status, that someone who's self-realized soul, then generally one will be directly quoting from Shastra, but may also speak from the level of realization. isn't it? Because that's in the first canto of the Bhagavatam, and there are many verses like that. mm, Evam prasanamanaso bhagavat bhakti yogataha bhagavat tattva vijnanam. Vijnanam. So vijnanam is something that is actually essential. We cannot make tangible and steady advancement unless there is some vijnanam, realizations, right? And that realizations is the Dami Buddhi Yogam Tam, Krishna within the heart, because actually knowledge and understanding is already there by nature, Satchit Ananda. But due to covering, etc., like that, we don't realize or we forget. So Krishna at different times helps us to understand or to realize. Realization, that's the meaning of realization. Different aspects of Krishna consciousness that otherwise remain covered. So, yeah.
And that is how our bhakti faith built up. Adu Shraddha
Yes.
Tata Sadhu Sangha.
Yes.
That Sadhu Sangha is not just meeting like really expert, speakers.
Yeah.
Sadhu Sangha means to have a faith in some living person that he is not just representing God, but he's acting like God would be present. That's out of this mundane world, and we have to have this faith, have to have this feeling when we meet with this kind of person, and we surrender to that person on that level. We rather jump into the well if they says, because that's the two things what to do, and not fear of any, other thing. Prabhupada told once, my disciple is ready to jump if I say to them. Of course, he didn't say that.
Well, he made quite a few people jump.
And what wonderful things happen after that.
Maybe not in a well, but
Yeah,
maybe in worse than a well.
yeah, just go and open a temple.
Right, yeah, go to Africa, go to this place, go to
Yeah,
that.
but how wonderful the future become for the devotees who follow
Yeah,
their faith.
right.
So we are eager for that wonder, that miracle, but we have to do what our side is. Build a faith, sadhu
Yes.
sangha.
Yes. So that's why we are meant to attend Srimad Bhagavatam class, so that we have sadhu sangha and share different realizations. Yes. Okay. So I think we'll say, because the next text gets into quite a few things, and it's like we should keep it for tomorrow, because it's going to be a full, most likely a full topic of discussion, as opposed to just reading it quickly now and not being able to get into it. So there will be more comments and whatnot. Yes.
You made a very important point about realization, Vigyan. And we might not be very advanced, but at whatever level we are, we would have some realizations.
Yeah. Yes.
Of course, that has to conform with Guru Sadhu Sastra,
Right.
not simple imagination.
Correct.
In that regard, it's, I recall this verse from Bhagavatam 11th canto, Uddhav Gita. Just before the 24 gurus are described, 24 gurus in the nature from which we can learn different things. So the prelude to that is Uddhava is approaching Krishna to accept him as a disciple. So he wanted to accept Krishna as guru. And interestingly, he gives a very different or unexpected response compared to what he told Arjuna. He says, Tat vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya, approach a guru submissively. He says that actually, no one needs a guru.
Krishna is telling.
And then he says, just by pratyaksha and anuman, you can observe
And
and
learn.
learn things. And then he describes, that 24 gurus. But in the commentary, Jiva Goswami says that by pratyaksha and anuman, if one sincerely observes things, then he will realize that he needs a guru. So,
Okay.
you know, if one has keen eyes, he will see his guru present in the nature and he will learn. And that could be just a realization. If one is sincere, then he can learn
Yes.
and have those
Yes.
realizations.
Well, there's that expression that is like people who go out or associate, let's say, with nature. It's like nature is like a teacher. I mean, as a matter of fact, the whole Vedic culture, when we look at the whole concept of Vedic education, other than Gurukul, which is the Gurukul system, Vedic education in terms of formal education, that is mainly for Brahmanas and Kshatriyas. But the majority of people actually are meant to learn through interaction with nature, just touching and connecting with the point you're making, because that is what Krishna and Balaram and their cowherd friends every day they go out with nature. I mean, they go out with the cows, and they spend hours and hours the whole day. I mean, they bring their lunchbox when they go far away. So this is also explained by our acharyas as that in that nature is our guru or teacher in that way, and then we can possibly come to that as Srila Jiva Goswami mentions also. Yeah.
The entire Nyaya Sastra, all the Nyayas, is basically analogies from the nature. Whether it's Ardha Kakoti Nyaya or, there's so many Nyayas. They're all basically analogies from the nature.
Right.
Or Paramhamsa, Hamsa being able to just
Hamsa.
extract the essence. And it's all observations from
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I heard that when someone is learning or education is depend on four elements. One is what the guru is speaking, other is what we are understanding, the third one is one others have to understand, the fourth one is by time. And by time means experiencing the world and reflecting whatever we heard, whatever we understood, and that goes deeper and deeper and deeper. So
Yes.
it's very important, as was mentioned, that not just the information is the education,
Yes.
but the environment also gives a lot
Yes.
of
experience and inexperience, immaturity, maturity.
Yeah.
And it takes time.
Yeah. And that's connecting with we were discussing just a few days ago about Krishna Krida. Krishna Krida, one of the 64 arts and sciences, how in the Vedic culture, through play, through interaction in a natural environment, children, that's how they learn so many things. It's the natural and spontaneous way to understand, to learn so many things actually. Yes.
And my other thought is that I'm referring to this guru topic that Gaur Govinda Maharaj was often mentioned that you are asking where is Guru, but Guru is there, but you don't see. You are not prepared for see the Guru, so you have to think where is the disciple, who is the disciple, who is ready for accepting Guru given by Krishna. So Krishna can send Guru anytime. But are we ready? So that's our responsibility to to become a disciple in mood, in life. And then Guru is there.
Right.
And that's why anything we want to learn, we have to follow this system of Vedic system of always need a guru. Whatever we learn, we have to learn from a guru. Guru means not just a person like Jesus Christ coming from directed to God, but guru is who is already have realization on that field.
Right. Yes.
Playing me don't go or anything.
Yeah.
Guru Tattva is present everywhere. Guru Tattva
Yeah, Guru is
present
yeah.
everywhere.
India as a country and India as a culture has that aspect worked out. I mean, because it's since time immemorial. It's like, you have it's natural to have so many gurus. You have a guru for learning Sanskrit. You have a guru, my guru for playing mridanga, etc. like that. Yeah. So it's natural.
And that's why Prabhupada was really so many times mentioned that the cheaters who is just posing themselves as good are very dangerous for the next generation.
Yes.
So he was working on that. Don't have faith in cheaters as a gurus because they are posing, they are big persons. But we have to see who is really guru.
Yeah. Well, whoever keeps Krishna out of the equation is not guru. Whoever is not making that link or that connection with Krishna, then that is not. Yeah.
Like the Beatles were very. They wanted to get some spiritual knowledge and went to a guru, but guru was cheater.
Yes. The world of the cheaters and the cheated in Kali Yuga, very prominent, of course. Okay. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Pimanandi. Hare Krishna.